All right, hey guys, just wanted to come to you today to show you the new product from Positive Grid, their Spark Neo. So this is a wireless headset that also acts as an amp. So you just put this thing on, you've got your amp in the headphones itself, and then you just, take this transmitter here, you stick it into your guitar, turn both things on, and you are essentially good to go. So let's just kind of take a look at the items themselves here. So as you may expect, there's some padding on this guy, padding on the top. And then of course around the ears as well to make it as comfortable as possible for you. Of course you can adjust it as you might expect. And these things also fold up, so that's going to be nice if you're looking to store it and carry it around in your backpack. It'll take up less space like that. And then of course the swiveling of the ears, it goes all the way in like that. Almost a little over 90 degrees, it looks like. So let's take a look at the other buttons. So on the right side of the ear cup here is probably one that you're going to use a lot. The button right in the middle, that's what you're going to use to change all the default presets on the app. And then you can change the volume of the guitar by just pressing the up and down buttons on either side. Back to that power button, if you click that once, that's how you connect to Bluetooth. So you can actually, stream audio into the headphones. So that's pretty cool. And the Bluetooth, of course, is also how you pair with the app. On the other side is the actual the receiver. So this is how you turn it on. And then you can mute the receiver just by clicking it once and it'll mute it. You click it right back on and then you're good to go again to use it with the transmitter. All right, so those are the headphones. Again, the other little guy would be the transmitter here. And you can fold it in like that so it'll angle away so that it's not sticking out the whole time. And on the other side of it is the USB-C slot. So here's what it looks like. So one cool thing is that if the transmitter does die or run out of battery, you can actually just plug in directly into the headphones. All right, but let's take a look at the app now because that's the majority of where you're gonna see all the features that makes this thing super useful. So let's take a look now. All right guys, so here we are in the app and basically all your main functions are gonna be right at the top there in that little gray oval. And as you may guess, one of those main features is going to be shaping the tone and choosing the tone. So of course here we're looking at a default sound called Cozy Serenade. And then you can switch out the sounds just by clicking at the top left there. And you'll see all the default presets are going to be categorized by genre. So you can click on all, or you can choose a specific genre there, change it that way. So let's go into rock, for example, and choose modern stone. Then you just simply click on it and then there you go. The amps and the pedals are all there out for display, and you can edit all these to your heart's content. So you just click on the amp and then the knobs, you just click on it and then move your finger up and down, and that's how you adjust the level. You can go into the pedals themselves and adjust those knobs as well, and you can turn things on and off just by dragging up and down. So for example, you can turn on the gate, turn on the compressor, the drive, or you can just turn them off by pushing up. To change the pedals, you can double click and then it'll give you all the different choices that you can switch to for that particular pedal type. And then if you go to the top right, click on those three buttons and you can click overwrite to overwrite that preset, or you can even save it as new. So that's how you can create your own new sounds, or you can share it to Tone Cloud. So we'll talk about that as well. All right, so that Tone Cloud thing is right next to those three dots. And this is where you can actually download sounds created by other users. There's even some sounds by some famous artists as well. You can do the search function as well up top to make things easier. The other main feature is going to be your ability to play along with backing tracks. This is probably one of the key features here because you can use the Bluetooth to stream in audio, or you can just use this as an all-in-one product. You can choose things such as Smart Jam and Quick Jam. So Smart Jam is not the feature included with this one, so we can just click into Quick Jam, and as you can see there, it's just typical loops that you can play along with. It'll teach you the chords up top. And then you have about 5-6 different settings, so you can just go through the different settings using the arrows at the top there. All below that, you're gonna see various different categories, mostly categorized by genre. And from what it looks like, these are all sourced from various sources, but mostly YouTube. So for example, if we go into this heavy rock backing track, you'll see it's a YouTube video. And what they've done is they have, this technology that analyzes the chords, and it goes through the video, analyzes the chords for you, and then, displays it down there, and then you can just jam along with this track. So that's pretty handy because you can literally do everything within the app and your guitar and these headphones. And then you can even use the search function. So at the top right, click on that magnifying glass, type in minor blues, something like that, and there you go. All right, so that's the backing tracks feature, but right in the middle there is one really cool feature that, just I've never seen before, and this is essentially the AI feature that they have. So what you can do is that you can type in, a certain description. So let's say dreamy tone, and then you just search that, and then the AI creates its own tone and gives you 4 different things to choose from, and then you can download the tone, or you can click that upper right circular button to try again, and it'll give you 4 new tones. All right, so the 4th option at the top there is video recording, but that's not supported on this device, so we'll skip that. And then the very last thing is just your generic settings. So this is where you log into your account, and that's how you are able to download the tones from the tone cloud. And you could use the tuner, the metronome down there, and of course you've got your various manuals and help centers down there if you need to refer back to that. But that's the app in a nutshell. I wish I could show you kind of what these sounds sound like, but unfortunately that is one of the limitations with this, is that it doesn't actually allow you to record out of it. If you're looking for that type of feature, you may consider the Fender Micro Plus. You can do it with that. But if you're just looking to, practice silently, if you're looking to be able to explore all these different types of tones, play around with amps and effects, this may be the right thing for you. It'll allow you to practice silently without all those chords holding you up. So definitely check this thing out today.